Hey all, Jennings here. I wanted to share something with you that I've been working on. Basically, my day job is game dev, and I was taking a break from that for about a year, but now I'm starting a new position in a new place, and I wanted to do a little something to kind of prepare for that, file off a bit of rust, make sure I've still got it, that sort of thing. I'm also still working on my book series slowly, Troop of Shadows, and the sequel to that. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to cross over the two projects, just to make it a bit more interesting for myself, basically. Um, so yeah, in Troop of Shadows, there's this race called the Kalids. They have the ability to change the color of their skin to camouflage themselves, a bit like a chameleon or like a cuttlefish or an octopus, that sort of thing. And yeah, as a challenge, basically trying to like emulate that in the Unreal Engine. So this is what I've got so far. As you can see, I've got a very completely matte white character in front of the grass texture, and when I press this button, whoa, it slowly fades to being a grass colored character. So this hasn't made them semi-transparent or anything. It has just painted them grass. The back looks horrible, don't worry about that. If I press the button again, it'll adapt to be colored to kind of camouflage itself from the camera as best it can. So if you look at like what the legs are doing, the wall and the floor are like slightly different colors. So the seam where that color change appears on the character is changing. So yeah, it's effectively just capturing what is behind the. It's trying to camouflage itself from the camera. So whatever is behind them from the camera's perspective is what it uses to paint itself. Yeah, and this is kind of like the whole point of it, really. And it's because a lot of games will just kind of make the character transparent or translucent and use that as a sort of active camouflage effect. But for this, I kind of wanted to make it more like actual skin changing. So it mostly works on like pretty much whatever textures you can find, although there is like a little bit of a problem with dark colors being too dark sometimes, that you can kind of see on the rock here. There's kind of black marks on the character that are more kind of like dark brown on the actual texture itself. But on brighter things, it tends to look a little better. And yeah, you can pretty much anywhere. Sometimes you do get a weird stretch, especially if you go across the shoulders. But I think it looks kind of neat. There are some limitations, obviously. Like it doesn't work very well on water, obviously, because water moves, and the character is just kind of taking one snapshot of what's behind it. It's most obvious with fire, although fire does look cool. So now we have just a picture of fire painted on us, which I think is a fair limitation of an ability like this. It would be kind of hard to emulate movement like that as well. Although if you read the books, maybe some advanced practitioners of this might be able to do it, but mostly it would be kind of, well, it's advanced. Some of these are obviously kind of very extreme textures that you would really find in a natural environment, but they just, they came with the game. They look kind of cool. And so yeah, I mean, this is basically what I've got so far. I do have a plan to actually make it kind of, well, there's some rendering bugs to fix, because like I say, there's like a problem with things being a bit too dark. But also I kind of didn't originally envision it as being a precise kind of like picture of what is behind you. Like if I grab it here, you can see this is like a very strange, like kind of screenshot drawn on a person, where the chairs and the lamp are actually on the character. And how I would envision it working more if this were to be like a real game would be that we would kind of average out the colors or the patterns behind them to kind of like use as a kind of change it into a camouflage pattern rather than necessarily like 100% capturing what's behind you. Or it could just work like this, and we, make it so that it doesn't care about props. It only cares about like the walls and the ceiling and the foliage. Yeah, so that's what I have so far. I just kind of wanted to share it, and I might do a follow-up video where I explain how it works, in case anyone's curious. Just notice these two floors don't match the wall behind them. Whatever. I guess that doesn't matter. Anyway, see ya.